All right, guys, we're going to do a breakdown of the financial benefits of upgrading your home in Middle Georgia. Maybe you've been thinking about it. Maybe you want a bigger house, or you just want to be in a better area, whatever it might be. We're going to look at the numbers specific to the Middle Georgia area, some realistic numbers here. We're going to assume that you got a current house that's worth about $250,000. You paid about $200,000 for it several years ago. You've got a remaining loan balance of $165,000, interest rate at 3.5%, which gives you a principal and interest payment of about $900. We're going to look at the 10-year performance. If you stay in that current home, it's going to appreciate roughly 3% a year. So that $250,000 value is going to go up to about $336,000. Gives you about $86,000 equity gain. Over that 10 years, you'll pay down about $40,000 on your mortgage balance. So that gives you a total equity growth of $126,000. And when you add that to your current equity of $80,000, it gives you about $211,000 in equity over 10 years. Now let's compare that to scenario 2, where you go buy a $500,000 house. Now, granted, before we talk about any of this, you have to be able to make those payments. If you can't make the payment on the $500,000 house, then none of this matters. You've got to be able to make the payments first. So we're going to look at selling your current house for $250,000. After closing costs, you walk away with about $118,000, and that's your down payment on the new home. So you're going to finance about $383,000. We're going to use 6.625% interest rate. Your principal and interest payment is going to be about $24.57. So in 10 years, you're going to look at 3% annual appreciation. That $500,000 house is going to be worth about $672,000. So that's $172,000 in equity. Over those 10 years, you're going to pay down about $65,000 on your mortgage balance. So that gives you a total of $236,000 in equity. Your total new equity in the home is now $354,000 in 10 years. So the difference there, staying in your current home in 10 years adds about $126,000 in equity. Upgrading the home adds about $236,000 in equity. So over 10 years, you're looking at an additional $110,000 that you gained. And you gained it from moving up to a nicer house in a better area, bigger house. So really it's kind of a no-brainer. As long as you can make those payments, you got to be able to make the payment. But if you can, long run, you're going to be much better off financially. And then that's equity you can actually use. You can tap into that. You can get a HELOC, cash out refinance. So you can take that money out and invest it. Use it for other expenses. And then you've got the tax benefits as well of bigger. We didn't even talk about that, but when you factor in the tax benefits as well, it's going to give you an even bigger gap because you're going to have more mortgage interest to deduct. So make sure you think about all of these factors when you're thinking about upgrading a home. And really, I think as long as you can afford the payment, it's really a no-brainer. But if you like to discuss further, maybe look at some numbers for your specific scenario, feel free to reach out, send me a message, give me a call, and definitely like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.